And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Hey, do you remember this one? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Wow, that's a classic, isn't it? Well, some people would say they get hurt by words. And the question is why? Why would you want to get hurt by words? Why would you want to do it? Well, you wouldn't. Let's be honest, straight up. You wouldn't want to be. Welcome to the show. Phil Zeller here, Effective Communication, talking about common sense ways to always go after it with communication. Of course, the number one area of lost revenue and productivity, and the number one reason why relationships blow up is poor communication. We strive to make it better here. Now, think about it. When you were a teenager, when you were young, did people make fun of you? When you were a kid, were you bullied? And why am I laughing? Bullying's not funny. You know, it's not funny. I'm laughing because some of us, when we went through stuff, we laugh at it. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, why would a person laugh at something they went through that they didn't enjoy? Well, that's called a coping mechanism. And some people do that. And there are different things that motivate different people, and there's different reactions you get from different people in communication. And just because somebody may laugh at something that you don't find amusing doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Do you know their story? Have you walked in their shoes? Do you know that what they've been through? And as a kid, we all went through situations that hopefully we can laugh at them because they were challenging. They were not pleasant, and we overcame them. Some of us are still going through those situations today as an adult. They're not pleasant. They're not fun. And yet we cope. We work through. We try to fight for another day. We're always trying to move forward. It's interesting because a lot of times we think about this stuff, and a lot of stuff that we think is what we think in our own head. And we internalize things, and we question ourselves. And our goal is not to do that in our communication, and not to worry about how people are going to judge us. Because you know what? If we nitpick every single one of you in the way you communicate and what you say and how you act and how you react, you are limited by your experience. You are limited by your own knowledge that you've acquired. In a lot of areas, unfortunately, you're ignorant. Well, welcome to the club. So am I. We're all ignorant to a lot of stuff. And if we get to a point where we are judging people based upon being ignorant and saying that's a bad thing, well, before you know it, we're going to have to cancel everybody in society because every person is ignorant to something. And that would be a sad state of affairs. So how do we rise above it? How do we rise above the ignorance of people that are canceling other people because of their own ignorance and not being willing to see beyond their biases, their prejudices? Well, what we need to do, instead of worrying about what people say about you, why not spend time talking about taking on an accomplishment, something that they would admire? So change it. Change the dialogue. Doesn't matter what they say about you. What are you working toward? What are you doing in your life that's making a positive impact? What are you proud of? And if you keep your focus on what you're proud of and you keep doing that, focus on doing that, the naysayers will be there. It's kind of funny because I often use this example. You watch a basketball game or a football game, and people don't ridicule the star player. Oh, wait, they do ridicule the star player. They don't ridicule the person who's on the bench who never gets to play in the game. They don't even know who that person is. So they don't ridicule that person on the bench because they don't know them. But the person who makes it happen is the players out on the field. And how many times have you heard somebody complain about a player in a sporting field? And they complain about that player not playing up to their game or doing something wrong. But guess what? That player's on the field. And if you think about the best players in any sport that you love to watch or be part of, those players don't let it get to them. You know why? Because they're doing what they love and they're successful at it. And what they're going to force other people to do is, so what if they're the naysayers? So what? It doesn't matter. Because what they are doing is admirable because they're following their passion and they're doing something positive. So remember, those things when people beat you up or say things about you, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And those words that they say, if they're saying words that are hurting, the question is, why are they saying them? Probably because they're ignorant and they haven't taken the time to understand and they haven't walked in the other person's shoes. So that's my challenge to you. Take the time in communication. Walk in the other person's shoes. And if you really want to impress people, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to negativity. Do something they will admire so you can be proud of yourself and the difference you made with your life.